Tesla stock has not been moving very much this week, as you can see. And on the last trading day, yesterday, July 28, we detected unusual options activity on Tesla. And in this video, we will review these unusual options that may tell us whether Tesla will be going up or down, because we are at this critical level of the Fibonacci Golden Ratio of 61.8%. And whether we can break out of this or drop below that, we believe depends on the unusual options activity. So without further ado, let's get right to them. So yesterday, July 28, you can see there were unusual options here, 5,500. However, because this is only about $2 each, delta of 0, this is not very significant. The value of this trade is very, very minor, only about 10,000. So we're not even going to waste time looking at this. Okay. Well, we want to take a look at the more meaningful, significant ones. For example, this one here, this 4,000 unusual options here at 10:53 a.m. and this 3,000 unusual options at 1:53 p.m., which was the most meaningful out of all of them on July 28. We can also take a look at this September 15, the 260 also strike prices. This is for 2,300. Okay. So let's get to the first one with the largest quantity, 4,000. January 2024. 115 strike calls and 115 strike puts. We can see here this is price is already at the bid price, telling us that there is a high likelihood this could have been sold. Okay, and so when we take a look at the chain, the option chain, the January 2024s for the 115s, you can see them right here, the calls and the puts. Okay. But you'll see that also the open interest is greater than the volume of 4,000. Right here as well, 4,700 is still slightly greater than 4,000. So these could be closing trades. So we will have to analyze more data as it comes in. But if it was an opening trade, they would have sold the 115 strike puts and bought the 115 strike calls. And if you analyze this trade, you can see that this is bullish as the price goes up on the x-axis here from 266, where Tesla is trading at now. This profit loss curve will increase above this zero profit loss on the y-axis. Anything above is profit, anything below is a loss. So all of this line here from Tesla, if the price of Tesla goes down, that's a loss. The Greeks, 100 delta, positive, so that's why it's bullish. Okay, so there is still some uncertainty because of the potential closing trade with the open interest being greater. So that is why the 3,000 quantity one for the December 19, 2025 260 strike calls and puts are much more meaningful, because when we take a look at the December 2025s, this is actually the furthest date away, 874. You can see here Tesla, the options, the furthest date you could get is this date. Now, you may be wondering, well, this is very, very far away in time. Is this even relevant because the days are so far out? Well, the thing is that the fact that this investor put on this trade on July 28 yesterday, he did not have to do this yesterday. He could have waited another time to put on this trade. Did not have to be yesterday, because another time would have been, it could have been cheaper, for example, or the fact that this large investor put this trade on now, they believe Tesla's price for these options are pretty cheap at this time. That's why we believe they sold the 260 and they bought the 260 on the call side. Okay. And we know there are opening trades because you can see the 3,000 here on the volume greater than the open interest here of 2,000. Over here, volume on the put side, 3,000 greater than the 1,000 that were opened. Okay. So when you analyze this trade, this is also a synthetic long strategy. This is the trade here, the 260s. You can see here, that is the trade here. Now, one of the reasons why they did pick a date that is further out in time, you can see that the purple line is actually above that blue line. The blue line is the profit loss line at expiration, which would be in 2025. So it would take some time for this curve to eventually become that blue line. So essentially, if we look at the Greeks, you can see that they actually have a greater delta of 103, right? And that's greater than the previous one of 100. But they have a negative 2 theta. So it decays in value. Now, why would they put on a trade that was going to decay in value in time every day? What that tells us is that this investor believes that Tesla will be going up soon than later, because later they will be more at a loss with the time decay going against them. So the sooner it goes up, the better for their trade, as it will be following the purple line more closely. Okay. And the other thing is also, if we calculate that buying power, because they sold that 260 strike put, one of these puts here is naked, right? When we take a look at that value, since they did 3,000 contracts, how much is that? How much did they have to spend to put on a trade like this? So 260 strike price puts, if they sold one of these, they're willing to own 100 shares. That's a cash secure put. 26,000 per contract. They did 3,000 contracts. This trade required $78 million. Okay, so this is a large investor, okay, that believes that Tesla will be going up soon. And they wanted to get in on this at this time, instead of waiting maybe next month or next week, when the price that they got it at could be more expensive if Tesla goes up more. So they want to get it now because it's cheaper. That's what they believe based on their research. And that's how these investors think. And that's what we do. We look at the data to see what these large investors are doing, what is most probable, and analyze their investment decisions. Okay, for this September 15, the 2,300 of them at the same strike, 260 puts and 260 calls. This one is not as meaningful, because you'll also see here the volume here is less than the open interest. It's not meaningful at this moment in time, but as we track Tesla and get more data, we can confirm this, whether this is an opening order or how meaningful it is. It all takes a lot of time and data analysis to figure that out. And so if you're interested in our analyses of stocks based on unusual options activity, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to get notified of any unusual options activity we detect. This 260, if it was opening, is also selling that 260 puts and buying the 260 calls, which, as we've seen previously, this is also bullish. Okay. It's a little less in value because it's 2,300 contracts as opposed to 3,000, but it is still very large in value. Okay. If you are interested in increasing your profitability, we do analyze other stocks, not just Tesla, because a lot of this data, as you can see from today, is not as clear because there's a lot of volume and a lot of open interest. And there's a lot more data to have to analyze to get the direction and the analyses correct and accurate, because of the high amount of volume that Tesla trades on a daily basis in comparison to other stocks where volume is not as high. So the data analysis that we do becomes more clear, and we can make better predictions on stock price action. And that's how we are more profitable, by diversifying our portfolio with other stocks that we share with our members. And so if you're interested in joining to get access to these exclusive videos on other stocks where we explain and discuss our analysis on whether we think this stock will go up or down, make sure to join our membership by clicking the join button on our channel homepage to learn more. Okay, so that is our analysis of Tesla. As of now, we think this Fibonacci is going to hold this golden ratio, and Tesla will go up and get out of this range. And so only time will tell. As usual, please smash that like button and comment below. What do you think about Tesla? Will it break this 61.8% level? Will it break below, or will we go up from here? Comment below. It would be very, very interesting to see who gets this right on the comments below. Thank you to all the subscribers who are subscribed, and most importantly, thank you to our members who are supporting our channel and also surely profitable as well, because as you know, the trades and the stocks that we've been picking have been very profitable for our members. Take care and have a wonderful weekend, everybody.